computer. Great. So hi, Lovely. It's wonderful
Hey,
to see
Geeta.
you after so long.
Likewise.
Okay, I'm sure our Eric is here. Hi, Eric. Love you.
Yeah. He says, he's like, Namaste. And again, his favorite dance move. He likes to do that with you, especially.
I know, because
Yeah.
I'm typically Indian. Probably not. I don't know what it is. He likes to practice it, I suppose. Because Indian namaste. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Lovely, before we proceed, I thought I would tell my friends a little bit about what I've been up to. So, hi, everyone. First off, I trust you all are well. And if you've been wondering why I've not been producing more videos, some of you have been asking me about it. It's because I've been busy pursuing my passion, which is learning and practicing different healing modalities, as Lovely already knows. And some of you might know that I'm already a yoga and meditation trainer, a Reiki master, a master life coach, a spiritual counselor, a crystal energy healer, and a QHHT past life hypnotist. And just now, I've completed 2 trainings in transpersonal hypnotherapy so that I can offer past life regressions virtually online. Past life regressions as well as a visit to the afterlife and clinical hypnotherapy sessions as well. So if you require any of my services, please contact me at blissfulsouls22@gmail.com. blissfulsouls22@gmail.com. My website is still under construction. I'll let you know about it once it's done. Now, Lovely, what have you been up to? Tell us.
Well, your guys were clapping. Hey, yay, good for you. And you've been doing so much. That's so
Yes.
nice to know that, you've
Yeah.
been busy doing all the things that
Yeah.
you love. And
Yeah. And
there's so much to look forward to.
they tell me even during my sleep, I'm busy doing these healing modalities
Oh,
in
wow.
other dimensions. This is what they've been
And
telling
the
me.
downloads and the
Yeah.
downloads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. So happy for you.
Thank you.
Well, about me, I've been looking into a lot of things that I'm passionate about other than channeling.
Mhm.
One of that which that I'm, into designing journals
Wow.
because I'm so passionate. I've been, I've always been this stationery hoarder.
Mhm.
I can call it hoarding, not that I mean, I can donate. I have a big heart,
Mhm.
but I have always loved beautiful stationaries, and I like writing a lot. And past few months, I was introduced through other people and through my sister and through the videos that I follow. I'll be making a new video on that how you can manifest your dreams by writing it.
Mhm.
I would like to call it the technique, like, write to receive it, write it to receive it.
Yes.
And it's a very powerful law of attraction technique. So I thought, why not design? And I got to know that you can do it online and, sell your stuff on Amazon and other places. So that's something I've been really excited about, which is basically because it's definitely a side hustle, but also it is something that gives me a lot of joy because it's creating stuff, it's creativity and the designs I create, and
Yeah.
the fact that somebody can use it to manifest the dreams.
Yes.
It's so cool, right?
Very
So,
satisfying. Yeah.
and yeah, that's all I'm doing. And I've been learning trance channeling and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Still,
Mhm.
some practice that maybe I would soon do it for people. Let's see when that would happen, when maybe I'll get a final push from my guides.
Yes, that's
So
right.
yeah, that's about it.
Good, exciting work you've been doing. Wonderful. Good job, Lovely. Keep it up.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Geeta.
Okay. So today, in fact, a couple of my friends have been asking me questions about archangels. And one sweet girl has been asking me if Archangel Metatron and Sandalphon were on the earth plane, and if they have now ascended to the extent of becoming archangels, how could we do that? Such a wonderful soul she is. So I have questions for, and these are my favorite archangels as well. And we would like to first talk to Archangel Mikey, as Eric calls him.
Eric calls.
I've
Yes.
come to call him Mikey too.
Oh yeah. And he's a sweetheart. Let me see what he gives me, and I'm sure I don't have to ask, because for the viewers, I'd like to explain. There was a question by somebody to me. How does that work? That you don't wait for them to come. Like, if I'm channeling, I don't remember whether it was my video or one of the videos that I did with you. So you just call them and they're here, because they're here always. It's
always.
like just tapping into the energy.
Exactly.
So they don't have to walk in,
And also when I think of them, I feel them. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
And you know that whenever I wanted personal readings with you, and you know that the moment we connect, you would say, the whole host of my spirit guides and my ancestors are here. So you just through intention and thought, we connect with them.
Yes, they're always there. It's just that one of them would step forward if they have a particular message for you. That's how my readings go, maybe for everybody. And also, if there's a particular being who wants to work with you, probably, so he would just drop by and So we have Mikey here, as always. He's been a sweet friend, I would call. Very angelic energy, but very light. I've never gotten a very overpowering feel from him ever. Whenever I've channeled him, it's almost like this friendly guy, your college friend kind of an energy, or maybe an older brother. So he's like that.
Yeah.
And wow, he's showing up like a human for some reason. And he's actually wearing a hat similar to what Eric wears, like a cap, a hat.
A baseball cap.
Oh, yes. And he's actually showing me his sneakers. Funny. I have recently bought white sneakers, which I've been wanting to add to my wardrobe. So he's showing off his white sneakers, like the in thing now. Everybody's wearing their jeans and white sneakers. So he's looking like a very good looking dude here. And he says he's bowing down and says namaste. And he says thank you. Thank you for inviting him and giving him this opportunity to, he says he uses the word clarify, because maybe we would be clarifying stuff. So he's ready.
Great. I knew he always is. And during my hypnosis sessions, during every practice, they all come and I'm overwhelmed with love, Anyways, so I know he's an androgynous energy, meaning both male and female. So I've heard that his twin flame is Archangel Faith. Is that correct? So does he come across as the masculine half of Faith, who represents his feminine half?
He says we, that is his other half, if you want to call him. We both are gender-wise, we are not assigned a gender. It's like neutral. We have a neutral energy. We don't need to be assigned a gender, because it doesn't matter to what work we do. So both of us are a combination of both, like masculine and feminine energies. But he goes on explaining what is masculine and feminine, meaning we sometimes say, even for me, if like there is a guide who's coming forward, like having a more emotional energy. So I would say it's a she,
Feminine.
not because she looks, but she gives me a feminine feel. But that's about my feelings, what I feel, but not necessarily. He's just clarifying. Again, he says it doesn't matter if, like, if a person or anyone who is more emotional has to be feminine or vice versa. So that's the same case with them. Also, he clarifies that it's not that they need each other to complete each other. That's not how it works. It's also it's more like they work in communion.
In tandem, together.
Yeah, in tandem.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, with others, and it's rarely just two of them.
Okay.
So I don't know where this concept of twin flame came up with, because maybe that's new to me. So yeah, that's what he's giving me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So between the two of them together, what would be their responsibilities? Because ordinarily we associate protection, cord cutting, uh,
Excuse me.
and I know I've been told that he's present during my Reiki healing sessions to transmute so-called negative energy. So these are the responsibilities, protection, cord cutting, transmuting. So
He's putting everything under the huge bracket of emotional healing.
emotional
Healing. So that's
Okay.
obviously that makes sense, because cord cutting is all about that. We
Yeah.
tapping into.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, if would Mikey, do you come to anyone who asks for your help, or do they have to have their vibration high in order for them to feel your presence or to feel your help?
He says, I'm always around. I always come whenever I'm needed.
Mhm.
It's just that it would depend on your vibration, whether you can tap into my energy or feel whether I'm there or not.
Okay. Yeah.
Whether you can sense him around would depend on your vibration.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's what I thought. And a general question about twin flames. So I usually the two twin flames evolve or their souls grow at different paces, right?
The twin flames, as in he and
Not just here, general question about,
generally
for
twin flames.
example, yeah, for example, it could be you and your twin flame, me and my twin flame. It could be, let's take the case of Eric and Elisa. So they are twin flames. So, well, probably I don't want to be that specific. Let's take any two twin flames. Twin flames are a soul that is split into two so that it could have more of a variety of experiences than if they were just one soul. So are they developing at the same rate, spiritually speaking, or does one of the two twin flames develop, does one develop faster than the other? Is that possible?
Okay, so this is Eric chiming in. He says, well, their spiritual growth is not dependent on each other. Their journey doesn't go hand in hand.
Okay.
Also, he says there can be more than one twin flames for a person.
Okay, so the soul can split into more than two parts, really?
Oh, yes. And in fact, it is just, your mirror. So it is similar to the concept of soulmates. Just like your soulmate not necessarily has to be your love interest or your romantic
partner
relationship.
No.
Yeah.
There could be a
It
son
could be
or
your
a
mom,
son or a
even
friend,
it could be your enemy,
business
or your
partner.
yes, or your irritating boss. So if you've been working in a firm for like 30-40 years, that's like a huge part of your life.
Yeah.
So that soul could be some soul
soulmate
that's helping you grow.
Yes, of course.
So yeah, that's what he's giving. So doesn't go hand in hand, like
Okay.
and one does not necessarily affect the other.
Okay, so each has a different journey. Okay, thank you. Okay, Mikey. So for the longest time, I thought that archangels or angels did not take birth at all. And then I learned that, Mikey, you have taken a human birth. So could you tell us where and probably
And also,
what gender, and
yeah,
for what purpose? Of course, the purpose is obvious, to understand the human experiences, I presume. But if I'm mistaken, kindly clarify.
he said also Metatron. He has
Mhm.
been here.
Yeah.
And other
Mm,
Uriel.
mm. Oh, Uriel.
Yeah, and there's
San
more, he said.
Sandalphon.
Not yet. But
Mhm.
there are more. So,
Mm,
apart from these three. Okay, about my key.
mm.
Oh, he's been in India.
Wow.
One of, and he's making me feel like there have been multiple human lives,
Okay. At
multiple
least
times. He has incarnated.
currently or already.
Currently, yes, but
Mhm.
again, it's like parallel lives.
I know.
So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
he doesn't want to like
Mm.
dive deep into the
Of
concept,
course.
but
Of course. We don't want to know either. And people would go
uh,
trouble
I know.
them
No
for
more subscribers.
for autographs.
Or maybe unsubscribe. They don't make sense. Okay. Yeah. So he's telling me, one of the lives, maybe because obviously we as Indian would be excited to know. He
Mhm,
says a man in India,
mhm.
uh, a farmer.
Wow.
Wow.
Mm,
Um, wow. A little boy whose life was short, and this
mhm,
is somewhere around Indonesia.
mhm.
mm, who drowns, and that's how he dies
Oh,
when he was quite young, maybe 10 or 12. So he has a very short journey.
mhm.
Uh,
Because the lessons must be huge for the parents.
yes. And for some reason, that boy had some healing powers.
Mm,
So again, maybe some soul, the knowledge that he gathered as other souls, and yeah. Um, a woman in Israel,
wow.
a Muslim woman in Israel.
Mhm.
I'm so happy to know that actually,
Yeah,
because you know how it is, right?
yeah.
I would love to know that because we all are the same.
Mm,
Muslim in Israel,
mm,
married woman is
mm,
what, obviously she would have eventually married, but
mhm.
married young.
Okay.
And I think that's I don't know if it is currently happening, but it's a prevalent culture.
Mhm.
They marry young. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the three lives that he told
Mhm.
me. There could be more, but that's
Mhm.
what I'm feeling. There
Okay.
are more, rather.
Okay.
He's
Nice.
also talking about,
Mm,
so these are the human incarnates.
mhm,
He has been creatures also, he says,
mhm.
which includes insects.
Yeah.
Wow,
What kind of insects?
that just gave me a feel. He has been a centipede. Merrick is laughing because
You know what? Just now, before the session, when I meditated, I saw a centipede. And
really,
I asked the two of them, Matty and Mikey, to transmute any negative energies because I was doing it very quickly instead of doing it with my selenite wand. So I saw a centipede come in.
oh
And,
my
and
God.
in fact, I asked Mikey knows. I asked Matty and Mikey to send it to source to be raised to its highest vibration and transmuted into pure divine light.
Yeah, I know, I know. I mean, I don't know what people would be like. There will be many judgmental comments saying, "Oh, she's a medium and she knows there are also beings." But I have my fears in this physical incarnate
Yeah.
uh, that I am.
Yeah.
So
Fear of
something with,
centipedes. Yeah.
oh yes, and
Mm.
I see them so often because I know I
Yeah.
have so much resistance that,
Mm.
yeah, I do.
So could you ask him if it was
What
him
do you,
who was trying to come in?
oh yes, why are you even asking?
I
Why
have
are you even asking?
I know. I
That is
have
not a message. That is not a sign that you can forget, right?
no.
Work.
I know. Yeah, a green colored one
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
Yeah.
That is very
Yeah. This
uh,
is yeah. I love him. I feel him. I love him. I love Matty too. In fact, I feel Rafi, Matty, Sandy, Mikey, of course, first Mikey and then Matty and Rafi and Sandy all the time. Okay, right. So now, talking about our chakras, Mikey has been assigned the throat chakra. The now particularly in the 5D frequency, before in the 3D frequency bodies, the chakra was turquoise blue. Now it's cobalt blue, a beautiful royal blue. So is that true that he's in charge of helping people find their voice and speak their truth?
yes, but he clarifies again that he's actually, and this is something even Eric would agree with, and that's Eric always. That's what Eric always teaches. See, when he's a little against the whole. mm, what is the term? Help me out.
The 5D,
You know,
3D.
no, the concept of giving a certain kind of a job or assigning some particular thing to an angel or giving it a particular name. He's against it because as soon as you do that,
Yeah.
you're somewhere stopping yourself from the bigger aspect that you could achieve.
Limiting. Yeah, we are limiting that.
It's,
Yeah.
yes, that's
Yes.
the word. Limiting.
Yes.
So yes, he works with
Mhm.
people,
Mhm.
use their voice.
Mhm.
But doesn't matter that if you have a blocked sacral chakra, you cannot. If he
Call
if
on him.
the one, oh yes, if he's the
Yeah.
one that
Yeah.
resonates with you, he can obviously,
Yes.
because again there
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
boundaries is set, not the boundaries, the walls are set by you, the limits are set by you, and
Okay.
they don't want
Yeah.
you to set the limits too
True
short.
that. True that. We believe the same of crystals. You know, certain crystals have certain properties, but we don't want to limit them to that quality. You can ask the
Yeah.
crystal to do, something that's usually not assigned to it. So, and it will.
Also,
Mm.
yeah, I'm sorry, I hope I didn't interrupt you because you were mentioning about crystals, so they were adding on
Mm.
like how Reiki works.
Mhm.
You can
Mm.
focus Reiki energy
Mm.
to one particular organ, but
Mhm.
Reiki has an intellect of its own, and it
Yeah.
would,
Flow
even if
to wherever it's
it would
needed.
flow wherever it's
Yeah.
needed, even if you do not actually know the root of
Yes.
what you're
Where
experiencing.
it's needed. Yeah, exactly.
Like
That's
crystals
because
work.
it's divine energy, right? So I
Yeah.
use the lapis for my throat chakra. Okay. Um, Meti is still here, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah, and okay. I'll come to you, Meti. Love you too. Okay. How about Lucifer? Because, I'm not a Christian, so I don't know the biblical connection between Mikey and Lucifer, but I've read here and there. So is Lucifer real? And is he what people consider him to be, which is the devil? And how do they work together, Mikey, Lucifer, and the other archangels and healing angels?
Lucifer definitely exists.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have him. We have him here.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Mm, Before that, before I forget,
Grab some
excuse me.
water, lovely water or something warm.
Eric is laughing because he's like, people who have these, what is it, predefined notions about Lucifer. So they'll be like, oh my God, Lucifer is there. See, she cannot speak anymore. He's just making fun of the
Let's
whole concept.
clarify. Let's clarify. Yeah, for
Lucifer definitely exists. And before I forget, I was going to say, Metatron was almost like, he was sitting on like a huge couch, and he had this, excuse me, he has this, he's wearing not a cloak. I don't know what it would be called. It's like a wrap.
Okay, a robe.
Like how we,
a robe.
Not exactly a robe, because he's not covering himself with that. It's just on the shoulders, and it's actually going,
flowing.
It's spreading
Okay.
over to the backrest of the couch, and he's like, he's like lounging, if that's a word.
In his throne. Metatron's
and he's
throne.
like
Yes.
very much comfortable.
Good. Waiting. Yeah. For me to ask him questions. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the question again? Lucifer does exist,
and maybe he can speak to us about what it is that he does for humans, how he helps us.
Okay. In case people are wondering, I don't know if that's the exact name assigned to him. He says, "I'm not the devil's angel." If that's exactly the name, I'm not the devil's angel.
Okay.
In fact, whether I can be, he says, well, I can be, because again, okay, they're giving me the example of Kali.
Okay.
A lot of Hindus, who know a little about goddess Kali, and this is very prevalent to the place where I am in central India. I would try to keep this story short, but I should make sense. So here there is a lot of voodoo, Geeta. It's very much out there, and people know that it's there.
Yeah, and they worship Kali for that. Yeah.
Yes.
That's Meti on my angel tarot.
Wow, he's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So God is Kali, right? So it's like whoever wants to work with them can. But again, how you use the energy, like witchcraft. So witchcraft is not always bad. So again, the devil's angel or those definitions are very subjective.
True. I agree.
Yeah. So he's not saying it is all bullshit.
Yes.
Or so it again depends on person.
How people, what kind of help people ask of him, he gives them that kind of help. Yeah, like some people would worship Kali for so-called black magic, and people like me would think of her as my mother, my divine mother.
Yes, also clarifying, when people think they're worshipping Kali for a reason, and Kali just helped me do this black magic on somebody. No, nobody. And it says, no, you did that.
Themselves.
You shared. Yeah. You made your choices. Free will.
True that.
And our ego has a way to justify everything that we do. Even sometimes this is again a shadow of even spirituality. Like sometimes people see signs to even their wrongdoings as support from their angels.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. So we just use it for self-aggrandizing purposes. Okay. So thank you, Lucifer, for clarifying about clarifying the misconceptions about you. Okay. Well, I know there's nothing good or bad, nothing right or wrong, so I've understood you the right way.